This is means Mumbai University. I think this May 19. Mumbai University, December 19. 2019 numerical. Okay, and this is the actually last offline exam. There this numerical is asked in Mumbai University exams. Okay, so are you able to read this numerical class, or I need to zoom this particular part? Are you able to read? Okay, okay. So here means what is the question is the precedence diagram means the first thing of the this particular numerical. There already precedence diagram is given in this particular numerical. So that is the one means plus point. Okay. The precedence diagram of the assembly activity A to G is shown in the below figure. The element times required for each activity are shown in the diagram in a minutes. Okay, the line operate for a 7 hour per day and output is 550 unit per day is the desired. Okay, 550 unit actually company required every day. That is you can say the demand per day 550. Okay, the calculate the cycle time and you can say the calculate the theoretical minimum number of the workers. Okay, the next point is group the task into the appropriate number of the workstation by Kilbridge-Wester method and also calculate the balance efficiency. Okay, so first you need to calculate the cycle time. So what is the process to calculate the cycle time? How you can calculate the cycle time? You know the demand, right? You know the per day demand and you know the how much time available in entire day. 7 hour is available and 550 unit is the required per day. So can you tell me class what will be the cycle time and what is the process to calculate the cycle time? If I want to address the sub question 1, then please let me know. What is the process to calculate the cycle time? Okay, so the cycle time means the per day demand is given. Okay, per day demand is given. The small d if I assume, then it is I think 550 unit. Okay. Per day demand is given. Okay, the next point, what is the time available? What is the time available to you class? What is the time available? 7 hour, right? Okay, okay, good. The time available, or you can say yes, the total time available, I just write here total time available is 7 hour. Okay, I change into the minute because every unit here in the workstation given in the minutes. Okay, so if I change into the minute, then 7 into 60. Can you quickly calculate 220? Okay, 7 6 420 minute, right? Okay, so now how you can calculate the cycle time? The cycle time, we know that how much total demand is there and what is the total time available. The total time is available, that is the 420, and how much unit required in 420 minute. 420 is the entire day time. Okay, and I need a 550 unit. So can you tell me what will be the cycle time? Quickly calculate and let me know class. 0.76 minute. Good. Okay, are you able to see means what I am writing here class? Okay, okay, good. So now you calculated the cycle time. The next sub question is like that, and the theoretical minimum number of the workers. Okay, so how much worker is needed? What is the process to calculate this? First you need to add means how much actual time is needed. Means you can say it is, just wait, Here means you need to add entire work, and just please add all the work class, means how much actually minute is needed, then add this 0.65, 0.40, 0.30, 0.45, all the value please add, all the work element related time please add class. 2.7. Okay, just wait. There is one simple thing, means how to find out the, or you can say the theoretical minimum number of workers. So very simple, you know the total work element related time, so I just write here work TWC, and TC is the cycle time, and that is the 2.7 the work actually needed, and the TC is 0.76. okay, so if you divide like that, then you will get approx 3.55, and it is a 4 worker, means this is the way to calculate the workers actually required. Okay, now the next point, okay, this is the simple thing how to calculate the cycle time and the theoretical means you can say the theoretical minimum number of the worker. The next point is group the task into the appropriate number of the workstation by using the Kilbridge-Wester method. So in means our previous lecture we discussed what is the Kilbridge-Wester method. Now we try to solve and we try to allocate this work into the workstation, this work element into the workstation. Okay, so how to do that particular work? First we need to draw the precedence diagram that is already available here, right? So just wait class, I try to make, okay, so I try to cut this portion. This is the precedence diagram, right? For saving the time, I just copy paste here. Okay, this is your precedence diagram, right class? So what is the procedure to apply the Kilbridge-Wester method? Yesterday means I discussed in our lecture. So can you tell me class what is the procedure? First means you need to draw the column line, right, in the precedence diagram. That is the first process, means first thing, right class? Very good, very good. Okay, I just write everything here, so when you go through the PDF then you will understand. Precedence diagram. Okay, so first I need to divide the entire precedence diagram into the columns. Okay, so I just try to take one means a different column. Just wait. Okay, so how to divide? Just draw the vertical line as I discussed in our previous lecture. Draw the vertical line. So this is the line 1, this is the means column 2, you can say, this is the column 3, column 4 and 5. Okay, so now I divided the entire precedence diagram into the column. Okay, so now this one is the column 1, you can say, column 2, column 3, column 4, 5 and column 6. So entire precedence diagram is divided into the 6 column. Okay, now you need to take care, when you allocate the workstation, you need to take care of your cycle time. Okay, so now I start the allocation part. How you will be allocate? First I will consider the column 1. Column 1 element is the A, and with respect to the time is 0.65. Okay, what is the cycle time? Just wait, 0.76. Okay, the means when I allocate the work element into the workstation, that time I need to take care that it is not exceed to my cycle time. Okay, if I add these two things, if I thought कि okay I will put the A and B both together in workstation 1, then it will exceed the cycle time limit. Okay, so I cannot consider this B now. Okay, in workstation 1, that's why I need to consider only one, that is the this one. Okay, so I consider this is the workstation 1. Are you getting my point, class? This is the workstation 1. Okay, now when I talk about the next workstation 2, then already column 1 is completed, so I can go to the column 2. In column 2 there is the only one means work element is present. Okay, allocate that that into the workstation 2, and that is the 0.40. okay, now what is the cycle time? The cycle time is 0.76. just wait, here I am writing cycle time. Okay, so 0.76. So I can add this one also. If I add this B and C both together, and I will put this B and C into the workstation 2, the total time of the workstation is 0.4 plus 0.3, it is 0.7. It is not exceeding the cycle time limit. Okay, so I can consider this one, this 2 as a workstation 2. Are you getting my point, class? Okay, very good, very good. Now we completed the workstation 2. I go for the workstation 3. In workstation 3, first I allocate the D, that is the 0.20, because already column 3 is completed, so I can go for the column 4. There D is 0.2. okay, E is 0.45. If I allocate both the things, then total time is 0.45, 0.65. okay, very good, very good. Now if I add this one column 5, then it exceeds the cycle time limit, so I cannot consider the F here. So in workstation 3 I will consider this 2 only. This is the workstation 3. Okay, now one more workstation I will draw. That is the means here 0.40, because column 4 is already completed. I can go for the column 5. There is the 0.40. okay, I allocated that into the workstation 4. And can I allocate this one? Yes, it is. If I allocate both the thing, then it will not exceed the cycle time limit, so I can allocate. So this one, this is the workstation 4. Okay, so is there any doubt, class, how to allocate the workstation? Very good. Okay, so now I just try to fill up the one table. We have all the thing, just need to fill up one table. Okay, so I go to the one table, just wait. If you make this type of the table, then it means it is good. Okay, if subjective exam, then you need to draw. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, just wait, class. Okay, let it be. First, I will start to fill up this table. Okay, the workstation 1, you know that the workstation 1. When I talk about the workstation 1, this is the, suppose assume that workstation 1. And in workstation 1, what are the activity you are considering actually? That are the means only activity A. Okay, so activity A will be come into the workstation 1. Element A you can say also, that is the 0.65. What is the means here only one activity I consider. So what is the workstation time? That is the total of the all work element available. The total time of the all work, that is also 0.65, because only one is available. And what is the means cycle time here is 0.76. okay, so 0.76 minus 0.65, can you quickly calculate what is the ideal time, class? Very good, very good. Okay, now I just put here workstation 2. In workstation 2 there is the 2 here you can see, class, just wait. Here you can see B and C. Okay, so B and C both are the come into the workstation 2. Okay, B, just wait, B and C. Okay, so with respect to what is the time of the B, 0.40, and what is the time of C, that is the 0.30. Okay, and what is the workstation time is, you need to add these two things, then 0.7, and if 0.7 is the workstation time, then what is the idle time? 0.06. Very good, very good. Now the third, workstation 3. Okay, in workstation 3 there is the two again, D and E. What is the D related time? 0.2 and 0.45, and if I add these two things, 0.65, and the difference is 0.11 again. And workstation 4, their F and G, 0.4, 0.3, 0.7 and 0.06. Okay, so just you need to fill up this what we did in this particular part in the precedence diagram, that you need to fill up into this particular table. Now I just try to give you the idea how actually it will be work. Okay, just wait. So this is the actual our thing. Okay, so what is the first, you will be supply your input into the workstation 1, right? In workstation 1 means there only one per element, and the one work element you will be do, that is A, right? Then I will pass that particular material into the B, into the workstation 2, I'm sorry, workstation 2, and there what activity you will be do, that is the B and C. Then I will pass material to workstation 3. There what you will be do, there you will be complete the D and E work element, and after that I will pass this particular thing into the workstation 4, and there you will be complete F and G, and now you will be get the output. Okay, this is the input, and here you will get the desired output. Okay, so what is the thing means here, what is the time with respect to A, that is the 0. You can say TS1, the station 1 related time, that is the 0.65, the station 2 related time, that is the 0.70, station 3 related time is actually 0.65 again, and station 4 related time is 0.70. Now okay, we calculated the theoretical cycle time. Okay, but class, can you tell me what is the actual cycle time? What is the actual cycle time after drawing this workstation? What is the actual cycle time after allocating all this thing into the workstation? Means when you will be get the final product, what time it will take when I make this type of the workstation? No, that is the total time, total work element time. I am telling you what is the cycle time. 0.7. Very good, very good. Theoretically we means what is the requirement actually, the cycle time requirement as per the demand, that is the 0.76. That is the 0.76 because they already given okay, there is a 550 unit I needed per day. The time available in the plant, that is the 7 hour. So their cycle time means you need to complete every product in 0.76 minute. That is the requirement. But after allocating all these things, what is the cycle time of my workstation? That is the 0.7. Because in every 0.7, I will get the final product. Are you getting my point, class? Okay, very good. So don't confuse and don't consider the cycle time here 0.76. The actual as per this workstation design, my cycle time, now my cycle time, or you can say the TC dash that is a 0.70. Okay, so that is a good thing. Okay, if you reduce the cycle time, that is always good thing. Okay, so that's why here 0. Instead of 0.76 you need to consider 0.70. Okay, so 0.70 minute. Now what is the next question? Just wait. Okay, group the task into the appropriate number of the workstation. So appropriate number of the workstation is the 4, and we applied the Kilbridge-Wester method here. Now calculate the balance efficiency. So how you can calculate the balance efficiency? There is the simple thing. There is a very simple thing. First point, there is two way to calculate. First, you can calculate the efficiency. How you can calculate the efficiency, class? How you can calculate the efficiency? The total workstation time, or you can say the total work element time. Okay, work TWC, total work center time, divided by NTC, the total time available. Okay, are you getting my point, class? This is the efficiency. Okay, so what is the TWC? TWC means the total time related to workstation, and if you add this all workstation time, you will be get the total work element time. You are actually adding the total work element. Please see here, actually adding the total work element, right? It's nothing but the total workstation time. So in that case, what is the total workstation time that we calculated? That is the 2.7. So just wait here, workstation 2.7. And what is the N, class, here? What is the N? N means number of workstation. How much number of the workstation we draw here? 4. Very good. And what is the cycle time? 0.70. Can you quickly calculate what is the efficiency of my this line? Everyone getting 0.964? 0.964. Okay, so now what is the balance efficiency? Means you are not utilize that efficiency, that is the known as a balance efficiency. So how to calculate the balance efficiency? Just wait. Okay, so the balance efficiency, you can say, is nothing but I'm sorry, the balance efficiency is already we calculated. That is the efficiency. Balance delay, I'm sorry, is equal to 1 minus efficiency. Means how much balance, means how much you are not utilizing that part, you need to calculate. Okay, so here the total available is the one, we know that, and if we minus the efficiency 964, then can you tell me, class, what will be the balance delay? 0.036. Okay, so 3.6% is the balance, or you can say the balance delay, and the efficiency of my this means you can say the workstation design is 96.4. So when you the one more thing, when you go to the some local textbooks, there maybe you will be found that they consider the TC, means the cycle time, is 0.76, but that is actually wrong, class, because you need to check after allocating the workstation. You need to check again what is the actual cycle time. Okay, that is 0.76 is the requirement, but what our workstation will provide, that is the 0.70. Are you getting my point? Yes. Actual time means, can you means okay, simple. Here you can see now, if I pass my material, see this particular, the maximum time of the workstation, that is nothing but the TC. Simple, means here if I pass my input, when I will every 0.70 second I will get the output, that is the cycle time. Are you getting my point? Means I pass the what? No, no, no. It is not average time. It is the maximum time of the workstation. Means you need to check where is the maximum. The maximum is the 0.7 in all workstation. Just think logically. If I pass this input here, right? It means some raw material I pass to the workstation 1 and there A work is done, means A assembly is done, then I will do the B and C, then I will do the D and E, then I will do the F and G, and I will get the final output. I will get the final output. So just let me know, means every final output how much time will be take. How much time it will? 0 point? No, 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 no. Again you are missing. Here 0.70. Why? Because just assume that I completed this particular thing. How much time is there? 0.65. I completed this one. How much time it will be take? 0.70. Okay. Then 0.65. Then 0.70. And then I will get the output. This is the continuous process. Okay. Don't think this entire. When I will pass this work means completed and I pass to the workstation 2, again another raw material will become in this workstation. Okay, so the other product producing is started, already started, and this work will be passed here, then another work will become. Are you getting my point? So what means, you need to just think like what is the maximum time of the workstation. There is the two workstation, TS2 and the TS4. The time is maximum, that is the 0.70. So that is the cycle time. That is the means you can say the cycle time of this particular workstation. Okay, so what is the thing is actually in every 0.70 means minute I will get the one output. Are you getting my point? So when I talk about the even in automobile company, their automobile assembly is actually done. Okay, so there means you see, when you see the many video now, there you will be found that the cycle time is 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes you are not producing the entire car, but your output means every 10 minutes you are getting the output. That is the thing. Are you getting my point, class? Okay, okay. No, it is means actually not. It is work like that. It is means you can say the total means total work element time. Are you getting my point? Means if you add this thing, that is nothing but you are adding the all task time. Are you getting my point? If you add all this workstation time, it is nothing but you are adding the all task element time. Okay, so you can say that is the total work content time. As for worker calculation, you can use that time. Here I use that particular time, that is the 2.7, the total work content. How much total work content is there? There is the 2.7 is the total work content. 2.7 minute. Are you getting my point? But I am not bothering about the work content. I am bothering about when I will get the output. So in every 0.7 second and I am sorry 0.7 minute I will get the output. And if I means what is the actual requirement? Every in 0.76 minute if I produce the output, then I can supply 550 unit per day. That is the requirement of the customer. So that is the requirement of the customer. That's why 0.76 minute is the maximum cycle time provided. But I am able to produce that particular thing in 0.70 minute. Okay, so that is the good thing. If you are reduce the cycle time, that is the very means you can say it will appreciate, and it is a very good thing. Okay, so I reduce some amount of the time, and now the efficiency of my line is very good, because 96.4 is very high level of the efficiency. Okay, and there is a 3.6% I am not utilizing that particular thing properly. So where this 3.6 means it is related to this, you can see this one TS1 and TS3 0.65 0.65 means 5 minute wait will be there, 5 minute wait here also there, because it will take 0.7, so here 5 minute weightage always will be there. Okay, so that shows the balance delay. Okay, is there any doubt, class? Okay, okay. So means everyone means got the concept of this line balancing is okay. So I assume that you understood all the concept related to line balancing, and we actually solved one numerical, that is the university numerical, 10 marks numerical, and on the basis of the Kilbridge-Wester method. Okay. So now here they just asking me the balance efficiency. The balance efficiency is nothing but the, you can say, the how much total work content, that is the 2.7, and what is the total time available, that is the 4 into 0.70. The means total workstation is 4, and I will multiply with the cycle time, then I will get the efficiency of that particular line. Then again you can also calculate what is the smoothness index, but actually that is not a question means asked by the university here in this particular numerical, so I am not calculating, but you can calculate the smoothness index. And what a smoothness index is tell you. So here suppose assume that I applied for this particular problem, I applied the largest candidate rule, I applied the Kilbridge-Wester method, and even we will learn the one more method is available, that is the ranked position or rank weighted position method. Okay, I applied these three things. Now I need to check which one is the best. Suppose I assume that their efficiency of these three things is good, means everywhere the efficiency is the 80%. Now on what basis I can compare? Now you need to calculate the smoothness index. Smoothness index is nothing but, you can say, the variation of time between the workstation. If variation is large, then you can say that is not smooth actually. Okay. So suppose I assume that instead of that, if I apply here rank position weight method, and everywhere means here 0.69 I am getting, here 0.70, okay, here again I am getting the 0.69, and here I am getting 0.68. In that condition you can say that process is more smooth, because no waiting is actually in any workstation, or minimum waiting actually. Here the waiting is the 5 minutes, here waiting is the 5 minutes after the starting the actual production. So this is all the thing about the Kilbridge-Wester method and the line balancing, how to do the line balancing. In next lecture we will discuss the next part, that is rank position weighted method. Okay, that we will discuss. That is little bit means their calculation means is high, and there we need to calculate the more thing, and in many means research publication that particular thing is given ki rank position weight method is more accurate compared to the Kilbridge-Wester, but that is not a universal true. You need to check again and again ki smoothness index for particular problem, and then only you can say ki which one is the best. Okay, so that's why all the three methods we will discuss here, and that is means given in your university syllabus also, so that's why we will discuss. Okay, so is there any doubt regarding to today numerical class? Then please ask. Is there any doubt? Just wait. Okay.